Good night. It is December 9, 2025, and it is a Tuesday. Here in Sherbrooke, it is currently negative 12 degrees Celsius, 11 degrees Fahrenheit, and snowing. It's cold. Not that cold. Since it's snowing a little bit, it's quite pleasant outside. The sun this morning rose at 7:15 a.m., set at 4:04 p.m., same time for the sunset as yesterday. That is 8 hours and 49 minutes of sunlight. The days are getting shorter. Today, I'm very full. I ate a couscous, quarter chicken thigh, some fries, and some coleslaw, and some sauce, and it was delicious. I was supposed to go see Kill Bill at the movie theater. They're playing sort of director's cut of both parts with an intermission, but I just could not see myself sitting down in a movie theater for 4.5 hours tonight. So instead I went to work because there's a show tomorrow night, and this is for janitorial work, that I said I was going to do on Saturday, and I totally forgot. And so my friend / colleague who also does janitorial work sent me a message earlier, and he was like, "Hey, so our boss asked me if I was the one doing it for Wednesday. Like, did you not do the janitorial work?" And I'm like, "Dude, I fucking totally forgot." So I mentioned that I had that really long and stressful and draining day on Friday doing the improvised dance show for a contemporary dance company. And then I worked also on Saturday from 9 to 6, and I was so tired afterwards, it just totally slipped my mind. So I went and I did that, and I hadn't really eaten much before, so it took me a while to do. But I got it done, and which leads me to the song I want to talk about today, because I listened to this album at work. I want to talk about the song Radio Cure by Wilco. So it's a song off of Yankee Hotel Foxtrot from 2001, which is considered to be one of the greatest rock albums of all time, with good reason. It's weird, like, when I was a teenager and I was like terminally online before terminally online was a thing, a term. I was really into music and talking about music on the internet, learning about music, pirating music. It was in the days of private torrent trackers for music piracy, which is amazing. Wings Pink Palace, Waffles.fm, What.cd. It was amazing. Like, you could find literally anything. So if you don't know about piracy, not that I condone it necessarily, I do for things that are out of print, but you should probably buy art if you can. But I was a poor high school student and / later young adult. I didn't have any money. And so, if you don't know, torrenting is a technology that is not made for piracy. It's got a lot of legit applications, but it's basically like, if you want to download files, instead of directly downloading them from a server or from another person in peer-to-peer connection, what you'll have a bunch of people who will have these files, and you'll have a torrent program which will just go and grab little bits, whichever bits are the most, little chunks are the most accessible from different people, sort of optimize the download speed. But then it's a cool thing to do to keep the file or files and seed them. That is, offer them up for download so other people can connect sort of, I don't want to say randomly, but other people can grab little chunks as they need. And leeching is downloading, seeding is uploading. And so all you have to do is just have it on a hard drive somewhere that is connected to the internet and connected through this torrenting program, and yeah, people will on and off sort of download little chunks of the file. And you have these websites which were, still exist, called torrent trackers, but you had these private ones where you had to get invited to it. It didn't cost anything, but there was like a limited number of users, and like every once in a while, like either you had to get invited by somebody else, or they'd have like open signups, but only for a limited number of people and for a limited amount of time. But the thing about these private trackers was that you had to have a good ratio. So the ratio of how much you uploaded to downloaded, you had to upload a certain amount based on how much you downloaded, which assured that these files, like in this specific case, music, would always be available, right? But it was always really difficult to keep a good ratio because people were downloading less than they were, having files available for upload, right? They were leeching less than seeding because they wanted to keep a good ratio. So one thing that I did on several occasions was just like actually buy music that wasn't available and might have been a bit more like hard to find, and then rip the CDs. Oh, another great thing was that there were very strict standards as far as the quality of the files. So if you don't know about like lossless versus lossy compression, so there are different ways of taking data, taking files and compressing them to a smaller size. Some of them are lossy, meaning that you will lose information, like it's not reversible. And there's lossless, which will encode a file in a certain way so that the file size will be smaller. But once you, for example, play an audio file, like a FLAC is a great example. Once you play it, it'll decode it into, uncompressed audio. But another example is like MP3s. MP3s will apply filtering, right, of certain frequencies to reduce the file size, but those changes are permanent, right? So you're going to have a loss in quality. However, for a high bit rate, so like an MP3 that is compressed at a higher quality, right, meaning a bigger file size, I've never met anyone who could tell the difference. Like a 320K MP3, like I can't tell the difference. Maybe some people can, but I can't tell the difference. Anyway, what was my point? My point is, I was also a contrarian. I'm still sort of a contrarian, I guess. Maybe more than some other people, but I was definitely like really full on into being a contrarian. So some like totally classic albums like In the Aeroplane Over the Sea by Neutral Milk Hotel, Yankee Hotel Foxtrot by Wilco. I did not like them because they were so popular. But that was the only reason, like regardless of the quality. I now consider In the Aeroplane Over the Sea to be one of the greatest rock albums of all time. Same thing with Yankee Hotel Foxtrot, but like I've listened to it a few times since. There's been like maybe a couple times where I got like into at least some of the songs on this album, especially Jesus, etc. War on War as well. I really enjoy, but I think it was like yesterday or 2 days ago. I think it was yesterday. I saw some video that had Jesus, etc. playing in the background on YouTube, and I'm like, I really like this song. So I decided to listen to the album, not the whole thing, but I listened to it again today. And this song, Radio Cure, which I heard before and enjoyed, really like struck me. And I listened to it a few times, and I thought it was so beautiful. I mean, when I first started listening to the album, the song I Am Trying to Break Your Heart, I was just like, I'd forgotten this song and how beautiful the arrangements were. And it got like really noisy and experimental in the arrangements, but it worked. And I'm like, it's so cool that there is like noisy, I always love when there's like noisy aspects to accessible music, because I find this music to be quite accessible. It's very well composed, very well. The arrangements are fantastic. The performances are great. I love Jeff Tweedy's voice. It's just like really, really good music, but it's got this little like experimental edge to it, especially in the arrangements. Anyway, I implore you to listen to this and to also listen to Yankee Hotel Foxtrot. It is a masterpiece, and you don't really have to take my word for it. It's been almost 25 years, I guess, 24 years since it's been out, and it's pretty universally acclaimed. And now I'm going to watch a documentary about this because it was from what I've read, a tense time for the band. There was some conflict leading to one of the members being kicked out of the band. And from what I read, it's because he wanted to mix the album, and then the rest of the band, I think especially Jeff Tweedy, was like, I don't think this guy can do it. And they brought in Jim O'Rourke, the legendary Jim O'Rourke, which I always forget, but I read again today, Mixed East by Joanna Newsom, my favorite album of all time. And he's also an amazing musician in his own right. He's a member of Sonic Youth for some time. And has put out some really great solo records as well. Never really got like super deep into his music, but I have a lot of respect for the guy. There's a documentary about it called I Am Trying to Break Your Heart, and I'm going to watch that now. And I'm pretty excited because this music is really speaking to me at this moment. Also, I went to the Dep just now, and I saw some deer on the street right next to my street, and just like left my apartment and looked at this intersection, and there's a doe and two young deer. I don't know what like a baby deer is called. I forgot. But that was really nice. There's a mountain not super far away. So I don't live like next to the mountain, but it's like not that far away. And I mean, I've seen deer in town around this area before, or once. And I know that there are a lot of deer who are very used to human proximity, right? Who are just not afraid at all. They'll go walk on the mountain, and they'll just be there, like 6 feet away, not giving a shit. But it was beautiful to see these deer just wandering around somebody's front yard in the snow. And yeah, I'm going to watch this documentary. I also want to shout out the game Rhythm Doctor, which is a rhythm game, and I got it yesterday after reading about it on Reddit. It's amazing. It's a one-button rhythm game, right? It could be, I use a controller, but it could be your keyboard, whatever. And it's very inventive in the way that it uses this very simple constraint. The soundtrack is fantastic, and it's quite challenging. And it was in early access for a few years, and it just came out. So check it out if you're into rhythm games, games with good soundtracks. And apparently it's sort of emotionally intense later on in the game. I haven't gone that far yet. But yeah, shout out to that game. Really fun. Later tonight, it's probably going to be the same temperature since we are 9 past 11 p.m. We're at 23:09. Tonight, it's going to go down a degree. Interesting. It's going to go down 1 degree Celsius to negative 11 degrees Fahrenheit, Celsius, but it's going to go up to 12 degrees Fahrenheit. I guess we're just like right in the middle. Okay, that's it. I don't have anything planned for tomorrow. Maybe do some cleaning when I work Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. All right. Thank you for watching, and check out Wilco if you don't know them already. Great band. Have a great night.